Hello and welcome to the fourth edition of the Glen Oak Eagle podcast. We have two guests with us today from the soccer team. We have Nico Codispoti, sophomore goalkeeper, and we have Chloe Garner, junior defender. So we're going to just talk about some things going on in the team this year. So my first question to both of you is, what excites you most about the postseason?
What's most exciting? I think just the notion that we could go very far with our schedule. I think we got a good schedule this year, and with some upsets, we can do very well.
For me, I think it's just a build-up of the whole season and kind of finally getting to show what we can do. I think kind of based on last season, we went really far, and I think I'm excited to see if we can do that again. And yeah.
All right, next question. What has been the key to success for your team?
I think for us, focusing a lot on our chemistry and kind of working together, we got a lot of new freshmen this year. So I think kind of incorporating them into the team that we had last year has been a really key component.
Very similar. Just we had a lot of people move up from the JV teams this year. A lot of new people coming up. A lot of seniors left last year. So it's definitely been a little bit difficult, but we've definitely gotten there just with our chemistry and working together and knowing each other what we're going to do on the field, before we're even going to do it. So that's a big part of it.
That sounds exciting. So just a question. Since you guys are going into the playoffs, what do you guys know about the opponents you're going to face, if you know anything at all? And how do you think you guys are going to fare against them?
We've watched film on our opponents, but you can never truly know just off of film just because of a lot of variables go into that. People are missing, people have bad games, so you don't really know anything. And records, honestly, don't mean anything in playoffs. Sure, they gave you the seed you got, but when you get there, it's who shows up to the game and who wants it the most. So that's all that matters.
For us, our first game is against Howland, and we had played them during the regular season. It was a pretty evenly matched game. It was only 1-0. And the goal that we scored, they claim wasn't really a goal. So I think that there's a lot of emotion behind it. And so I think just having the will and just wanting it is going to be a really big factor in deciding who wins that.
How would you rate your season so far?
I think so far we've kind of had a rocky start. We tied a lot of the teams in the Federal League, which wasn't ideal. And we played a lot of more difficult teams like Medina and Rocky River. But I think overall we still have been very successful, and I'm proud of how far we've come.
So just quick question. Is it individual or is it like as a team, kind of like a team? Team, I think coming into this year, we had high expectations for our team, just like every year. I think we've underperformed a little bit, and that's just due to ourselves, just simple mistakes. From me, from everybody. Everybody's made them all season. So I think we can look back, and I think we can say that there's definitely stuff to improve on for like next year and stuff. But that we shouldn't, have our heads down. I think we should just look up for the postseason in the next season next year. So.
All right, and just one more question. So, looking forward to next season. What do you look forward to? What do you think are some team goals you have for the 2024 season?
I don't have any specific goals right now. I'm just focused on the postseason. Our last game is tonight, so I'm more focused on that. But for next year, I think, this was a big transition year. It felt like for us, and so I feel like we've done well enough. And so I think if we can, go far in playoffs next year, do well in the Federal League next year, score more goals, allow less goals. It's just all the basics really of what we want to do next year, and it's the same for this year. So just building upon that.
Yeah, I think, in my opinion, I have similar goals to along the lines of what Nico said. I think that, we are losing a lot of seniors this year, a lot of key players. So I think that next year it'll be a big goal to kind of, again, bring in more underclassmen and kind of incorporate them into the roles that we are going to lose. So I think just kind of coming back from what we are losing and moving forward into the future will be important.
All All right, last question. What has been your favorite moment of this season?
My favorite moment, I think, would have had to been yesterday for senior night. It was a really big goal that we had to let all of our seniors score, and I think just the energy that we had on the sideline was really special, and it was definitely a memorable moment. And yeah.
For me, it was probably our first game of the season against Kent Roosevelt. We won 3-2, and I remember it very well because we got scored on in probably the first 30 seconds or something in the game. So we were already down and out, and then we came back, we fought back. I also saved a penalty in a 1v1 in that game, so that was really, really special. And Tyson Cox scored like a last-minute goal, probably like 10 minutes left or something. So it was just a crazy, crazy game to start off the season. Adrenaline was high. Everybody was excited. So it was a really, really great start to the season, I would say.
All right, and that concludes our segment. Thank you very much. The girls play Howland next week, and the boys take on Cuyahoga Falls, both games at home. So make sure to come out and support our Eagles. Thanks for watching.